Well, I got the information about this program long before I even started studying theology. Yeah, I realized that being able to go to the United States for the whole summer, it's a great motivation to go to the seminary. But of course it was not the only one. Well, I heard the story of one student, again, even before I came to this school, at our youth group. She was studying here at the seminary at the time. And a lot of people told me about this program, and they were like, well, you should go, you should definitely go, it's worth it. Yeah, I wanted to go for a long time. There wasn't the time I could spare to go to the United States. Well, the last year I was like, well, this is probably maybe a last opportunity for me to go, so I finally decided to sign up for the program, and it was one of the best things I ever did in my life. I found out that you still use checks. Well, we use credit cards for everything, and bank transfers and so on. Yeah, that was one of my biggest surprises. Of course, then the imperial units. It took me like a week to adjust to them. Well, fortunately, you don't drive on the other side of the road. Well, depends about what congregation. Since I first arrived to Pittsburgh, the Holy Trinity in East Pittsburgh, pastor from the Dr. Martin Luther in Brooklyn, Ohio, picked me up. In Pittsburgh, I actually got to attend the service, since it was people were really welcoming and asked a lot about me and so on. So I told them, I will be here for 6 weeks. There will be enough time for that. That's one thing about you Americans, that you're I noticed it a lot, that you're much more open than people here in Europe in general. Like much more open, much more extroverted. In Dr. Martin Luther, well, the first thing, of course, a pastor showed me the whole church building. I was amazed about how big is that compared to like most churches here in Slovakia, built in 17th, 18th century. Well, let me think about that. There was like a lot of great memories. That one of the most favorite things was brewing beer with the congregation president in Dr. Martin Luther. Yeah, that was a great memory. And then meeting some people who I found out that they're friends with some of my family members. Since they were here in Slovakia 20 years ago. Yeah, the world is small. Yeah, there's a lot of memories to choose from. They did church like in an entirely different fashion in Dr. Martin Luther in Brooklyn, Ohio, and the Holy Trinity in East Pittsburgh. So every church was like totally different. And in Pittsburgh there were even two services, like a traditional service, which was less traditional than the service in Ohio, and then the contemporary service. No church here has a contemporary service. on Sunday. And then people from the congregation are much more engaged in the whole service compared to Slovakia. During the service, well, it was an evening service during the week, all alone because pastor had an emergency. Since I was there, and I was there like for a month at the time, I just decided to do the service. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare. I had like half an hour to prepare. It was good. We had a dinner together and we did the Bible study and we did the readings for the service. So yeah, that's an experience that I will remember for my whole life. Yeah, well, when I realized that I got like a week left, I was like, where did the almost 3 months go? It seemed so quick. I was like, yeah, I'd take another 3 months. I can't say that I wasn't homesick at all, but yeah, I could pay them a visit at home and then come back. It felt exactly like staying with my grandparents for the summer. So it was like a second home. The ministry, like the diaconia and the teaching, all of them are working with people a lot. I got a lot of opportunities to work with people. It taught me how to talk to them, how to show that I really care about them, which I think is something that is much appreciated when a person works as a pastor. Very important, one of the most important things, I think, because it was easier to learn that with the people in the United States. So it was a great learning environment. You really gave me a lot. I thank you very much for that. Don't think about it, go. It's a no-brainer. So thank you again very much.